Alright guys, usually I write a bit of a script for these videos, but I'm feeling particularly off the cuff these days. Might be starting to do that for my newer videos, and we're just gonna go quick take, 5 things you shouldn't tag on. Now, I'm no graffiti expert. Some people have claimed I am in the comments below. I reject that, and I say, do whatever the hell you want, tag on whatever the hell you want, but I'm saying in this video, 80 to 90% of the riders will think that you're a bit of a gronk if you go around tagging these things. So let's get into the video. Number 1, people's cars. Normal civilian cars are widely heralded as a no-no for most graffiti riders. Yes, there are instances where people have tagged on other people's cars, but usually that's part of a wider graffiti beef. They might know that that's the car of that person, so they're like, fuck you, I'm gonna tag on your car. But for the most part, people don't go around tagging on people's cars. It's just something disrespectful. Someone's car is their car, whatever. Buses are okay, trucks are okay for the most part. Those are acceptable forms of getting up, but cars, civilian cars, normal cars, everyday cars, no. Number 2, people's houses. Oh, I've seen thousands of examples of people tagging on people's houses. It happens all the time. Yes, but for this point, you have to use a bit of context and you have to use your brain. In heavily inner city areas, people understand that their back fences are most likely going to be tagged, and for the most part that's acceptable for graffiti riders to tag on. And if people's houses border on the train tracks or highways, they understand that that's going to become a spot for vandals just because of the visibility that they're going to get. So for the most part, those are acceptable as well. But if you look really closely, it's never kind of the front face of the house or the front door or anything like that. It's kind of this secondary bit that they probably aren't too fussed about. It's just about security. It's about respecting others' privacy. You know, we're not robbers. We're not here to fucking terrify people. We're here to just tag and get up. So tagging on someone's very front face is just a bit too close to home for most people. So most riders respect that. But again, context, you know, if you go out in the suburbs, if you go out in the whoop whoop and you're tagging on people's front fences and it's just kind of a useless spot, again, that might be considered disrespectful. It's just about context, the different areas that you're in, the different houses, what you're tagging on. For the most part, general rule of thumb, very front face is off limits. Number 3, churches. Churches and other places of worship are basically a no-go zone for most graffiti writers. I know we come from a culture of being cool and saying fuck this and fuck that and I'm anti this and fuck the system, and I guess you can throw religion in there somewhere, but for the most part writers respect kind of people's places of worship and what they believe in, even if they're non-religious or they're from a different religion. Just don't go around tagging on churches. If you do see that stuff, for the most part it's kind of like activist-y, protesty stuff. Graffiti writers that care about style and lettering and getting up, they're not the ones going around tagging on churches and stuff like that. Number 4 is memorials. Memorials symbolize people's death or an event in the past that people still hold significance towards. So for the most part, writers can respect that and don't go around tagging or vandalizing that stuff. The obvious one that I can think of is kind of gravestones. If you're bombing in cemeteries, that's just weird. But kind of other stuff like public remembrance statues or veteran walls where they write the name of the dead veterans. You know, a lot of people hold significance to these things, and so it can be quite offensive if writers go around tagging or bombing that stuff. Number 5, dead writers' work. Irrespective of what the writer was when they were alive, whether they're a bit of a troublemaker or a beef starter, for the most part that goes out the window when they die, and most people respect the work that they still have up. So for the most part, they leave the tags alone. They don't go over it with throwies. That is debatable, but you know, for the most part. But definitely if they have a bigger piece or a bigger throw up, people aren't going around tagging on it or, you know, piecing over it just to, you know, keep the remembrance of that person there. In the same manner, if a bunch of writers do a rest in peace mural for that person, people don't go around tagging over that as well as a sign of respect. But there are exceptions. People might not know that a person has passed away, and that's kind of an honest mistake, but for the most part you should be in the loop with what's going on in your graffiti scene, hopefully. Or as a sign of ultimate disrespect, people that did have beef with that person when they're alive continue to go over that person's work in death, you know, just as like a blasting fuck you, I guess. But for the most part, writers respect others who have died and the work that they still have up, and so rather than go over it, we'll just let it get buffed over time. Thanks for watching the video, guys. There are so many others that I could have named that are a bit more debatable, like on the ceiling, on the ground, around the locations where people do chill spots not to blow the spot up. But the 5 that are named are the pretty concrete examples that universally most writers see as no-go zones for tagging. So hopefully someone learned something along the way. If not, they had a laugh about how obvious these points were. But, you know, made the video anyway. One last thing, guys, shout out to Youfo for the video idea. He has a video on his channel about 5 things not to stick stickers onto. That'll be in the link below. But thanks for sticking around. If you haven't left a like, please do so. Leave a comment on your thoughts, and if you're not already, subscribe to the channel. I also have Insta at the Graff Lounge, so go ahead and follow that if you like. And until next time, thanks for watching once again, and peace out.